Hello everyone, Dense MC here with another Charlie's Angels summary and review. Broadcast on November 3rd, 1976, The Killing Kind is the 6th episode. When a journalist accidentally drowns after starting an expose on an exclusive resort, her skeptical father hires old friend Charlie. Jill gets hired there as a tennis instructor, while Sabrina investigates on her own. Kelly tries to work her feminine magic on the gruff hotel resort manager as a photographer, and even Bosley is in on the action as a male model. This episode features Robert Loggia as Terra Nova, the Moonshadows Hotel Resort owner, Janice Jamison as Inga, the Swedish masseuse, and Joseph Ruskin as henchman Kozlo. Also starring in this episode is Nancy Stevens as Brooke, the ill-fated journalist, Judson Pratt as the corrupt land commissioner, Dr. Dignam, and Hugh Gillen as Harvey Sunday, a jovial lingerie salesman who is not all he appears to be. Brooke, the journalist trying to escape into the sea only to be dragged down by a female frogman, feels like something right out of a spy movie. It's really well done, but way over the top as far as planning goes. Bosley mentions a wife here. Stick a pin in that statement because every writer going forward will mess up Bosley's relationship status. One very slick scene is how Jill gets into Dr. Dignam's hotel room. Bribing a maid to drop off a tennis racket inside, Jill places one of her many finger bandages over the door lock bolt. When the maid closes the door, it doesn't lock and Jill can access it later. To me, the most interesting scene of the episode is Sabrina's nail-biting car chase. After interviewing who she thinks is Brooke's blind father, but is actually an imposter, Sabrina is chased by another of Moonshadow's henchmen. While handling her car phone and dodging a much bigger car, she is able to run the henchman off the road. Not bad for a 1977 Ford Pinto Glassback. I don't know what it is about Kate Jackson behind the wheel, but she really makes it work. I can see why she was chosen as the driver for the first episode, Hell Ride, over Farrah Fawcett's Jill. This is also the first time we get to see one of their iconic personal cars in an action sequence. The interesting conversation of the episode? Harvey Sunday wastes no time introducing himself and striking up a conversation with Jill, the new tennis instructor. Harvey says, "Name's Harvey. Harvey Sunday from Phoenix. I'm in ladies' lingerie. Sunday's undies, we call them. Now, we could hit a few, or we could discuss my game over a gin fizz over at the bar. Either way, I'm a big tipper," Jill says. "And I bet with that golden personality of yours, you know just about everything that goes on around here." And Harvey says, "I knew you'd be here, didn't I?" And Jill says, "Right." Can there really be spoilers when the pre-title sequence spells the who, where, and what out so clearly? All we need is the why, and here it is. Terra Nova feared Brooke would expose his under-the-table deal with the government land commissioner to literally expand his business into protected land. It's just an illegal land grab scheme that, without the murder at the beginning, could have been a plot to an episode of Scooby-Doo. I did get a rueful chuckle when Charlie mentioned Brooke's expose was of a Watergate-level potential. The Watergate scandal at the time could bring down a presidency. Now? I doubt anyone would care unless sex or death were involved. One odd thing about the Angels' investigation is how sudden everything happens near the end. Both Sabrina and Bosley's cover identities aren't used because they have to rush to follow Terra Nova and rush to rescue Kelly and Brooke's father, who the Angels weren't even actively looking for. Another odd thing is it's revealed that Terra Nova is actually a fake name. He was a former mobster who turned information in for witness protection. A bit of time is wasted on investigating this, which really goes nowhere. In fact, in some summaries for this episode also write about this, but trust me, nothing about this former identity is relevant. I guess the only real surprise was that Brooke's inside informant was Harvey Sunday, whose real identity was Harold Stevens, a Senate investigator. He becomes the second murder victim of Terra Nova's goons when he follows Dr. Dignam to the Moonshadow warehouse. There is a bit of a cheesy jump scare when Jill is hiding in the warehouse. She listens to Dignam confessing to Terra Nova that he got rid of his intruder and points towards Jill's hiding spot. Dead Harvey's limp arm then falls into Jill's view, as if on cue. Even veteran actor Robert Loggia and two superbly well-done scenes can't save this one. It's the boring plot and disjointed way everything was investigated that makes this a very forgettable episode. I don't even know what the title is in reference to. I don't think it has anything to do with a 1973 horror film, so if anyone could give me a clue in the comments, I'd be grateful. IMDb gave this episode a 7.1 out of 10, and I'm sorry to anyone who really liked this one, but I'd give it a 6.9. There's no charm and really only one thrilling action sequence in this 50-minute show. Good morning, Charlie.